Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am really excited because I wanted to do a quick first impressions on this palette from NYX. It is the ME Luv Me palette, and you can see I've already been into it because that's why the string is not fully tidied up the way it's supposed to, but it has one of these little like manila envelope kind of twist off things, and then when you pop it open you can see all of the shades in there. Let's get the plastic off. So there you can see all of the little pans and the different colors that we have. I was so excited to give this palette a try because I love the little like letter concept. There was an Essence launch that had like this little letter to Santa kind of vibe to it, and I thought it was so cute, and I was like, I'll wait for that to go on sale because it didn't originally launch in the US, and then it just disappeared off their website. It never actually came to the US that I saw, so I was like, oh, disappointed. But now NYX has given me the Valentine's version, so I'm cool with that. So let me get you a close-up here. So you can see it has 18 shades, and you do have, you know, some of those more neutral type shades, but I like that this is very like cool toned. Yeah, so I was particularly drawn to these two shades right here. I thought they looked so pretty online, and then I really did appreciate like all of these dark mattes over here. I thought that those would look really nice in a look, so I pretty much had to get it, you know what I'm saying? So let's do like a little look with this. I'm definitely excited to give these three shades down here a try. I really am drawn to that matte as well. And then I think I want to use at least one of these kind of darker colors just to really make this look pop. But I thought we could do something kind of like Valentine's Day to give this a try. Before we go any further, let me see if I can do some swatches for you. So this is the palette, all of the swatches, and you can see that these colors really catch the light nicely. That their mattes are a very like buttery smooth texture in this palette in particular. I've had other NYX palettes that I don't think have this smooth of a texture, so the texture for these mattes in here I feel like is very similar to like the BH Sweet Shop palettes, or if you have any palettes from NABLA Cosmetics where they have that really soft like buttery like smooth touch to them. That's what these mattes feel like. Now there are three shades that when I did swatches I felt like the reflective like shimmery bits to it felt a little bit gritty, not like a pressed glitter, but definitely not that like nice smooth buttery metallic, and that was At Me, TTYL, Hooked, and Hype Me Up. These three did not have quite as smooth of a texture as some of these other shimmers that I swatched within the palette, so I'm not sure if there's maybe a different formula that they used for those, you know, like cooler tones. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm definitely excited to go ahead and do a look, so let's get into that now. Oh, you guys, this is such a pretty palette. I know there's like this whole corner is very light, but I think the rest of the palette is really pretty, and I do like that you have kind of some bright pops there that you can work with, or you could do sort of like a more muted kind of rosy look there. So I think you have a lot of choices. Would this work for deeper skin tones? I don't know. I doubt it because there is a lot that's like very light in this palette, but I'm still really excited to play with it. I'm just going to go in with my Milani eye primer, which is what I use pretty much exclusively for my eyes. And I tried to pull some stuff that was like very Valentine's Day for the rest of the look. So hopefully I use a little bit of Glow Recipes, little watermelon. This is actually the sleeping mask, but I'm going to use a little bit of it as a moisturizer here this morning. Because it's pink, so like why not, right? And I did pick up another one of these little things Morphe is like Voldemort, honestly, to me, but the holiday brush sets that they do, I actually kind of like, because they end up putting together these really like fine detail brushes for some of the brushes within the sets. Like they just have like these teeny tiny little profiles. So I do really like that particular feature about the brushes. I think I'm going to go in first with I'm the One and just kind of blend that out like loosely above my crease. And then I'm going to take Feelings, which is this like little purpley matte down in the corner, and just work that in as well. Okay, so even those two together, I mean, you can definitely see like a distinct difference between the two colors, and I think that it's a really, really pretty gradient so far. So let's go in with something a little bit finer. So I'll use this like more narrow crease brush, and I think I'm gonna go into About It, because that looks a little bit more cool toned, and do that in the crease and like outer V kind of area. And then I'll grab, on that previous brush that I used, I'm going to go back into Feelings, which is that purple shade in the bottom, and just blend that out a little farther. Seem to be blending really nicely together, and I do feel like this deeper shade, like you can get it pretty deep. The deepening up shades managed to go pretty dark, so I'm very happy with that. Now that we have that, I really want to use this Hype Me Up shade, this like kind of silvery one. I definitely need to use that in my look. So let's see, where's my glitter primer? I got NYX glitter primer here. So you know we're gonna have to use some of that. And then this is actually a little brush from a friend's collection that my friend Anna got me. So hi Anna, if you're watching. And this brush is called It's a Moo Point. And then I'm going to go in and grab a whole bunch of that glitter. And then I'm going to flip the brush over and I'm just going to grab that Talk to You Later I'm Hooked shade, which is that deeper purple glitter that I showed you, and just pop that onto the outer portion. Kind of like that. I think that's really pretty. Alright, let's do the same thing with the other eye. That looks beautiful. Do you guys like that? I really like that. When I saw this palette, this is what I was envisioning doing first. Like this kind of like cool toned, purpley, mauve-y, like I'm here for it. Alright, I'm going to go back into About It, which is that darker shade that we had out in the crease, and just kind of beef that up a little bit, because I think that'll help with the transition there. So if you guys have any recommendations for brushes that are real tiny like this, like you can see compared to my like fingernails, these are very, very small profile brushes. That's the kind of brushes that I really enjoy, because I feel like they really allow you to get very detailed into what you're doing. So if you guys know of any other brands that do brushes like that that are not Morphe, let me know down in the comments below, because I would love to support another brand that's not Morphe. Like, you have no idea. Alright, and I'm just going to take a little bit of Party of One, which is like this matte cream shade, and I'm just going to pop that up below my brow bone. Let's get into the face, and then we will come back to finish off the rest of the eye look once we have the rest of the face done. The foundation that I'm going to go in with is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This is the only thing that I picked out that was really not like Valentine's Day-esque, but I pulled it because I'm still trying to test it out. I did get this from Influencer, so I'm still trying to make my decision as to what I think about it so that I can report back and leave my review and thoughts there. So that's the one thing that's not really like Valentine's Day. And I guess before I go any further, I should point out there is a little bit of fallout under both eyes here, but I don't think it's like an egregious amount. Yeah, so I'm not sure that that foundation worked nicely with that moisturizer, because they definitely like caused some pilling, which then ended up in my hair. That's very weird to me at any rate. So yeah, those two products don't go together. The next thing I brought down was the Flower Beauty Concealer, and the only thing that makes this Valentine's Day more so than any of my other concealers is that it's called Flowers, and who doesn't like flowers on their Valentine's Day? Okay, so I think the next thing that we're going to go in with is blush, and I pulled out this Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush palette, which I got on super sale from Sephora, because there's no way I'm paying $89 for a blush. Like, I would just never love a blush $89 worth. But I did go ahead and pick this up. It was, I think, on sale for $44, and then I had a coupon. I had some other stuff I needed to purchase, and the coupon was like $20 off of a $50 purchase or something like that, or $20 off a $75 purchase. I think that's what it was. And I had some gifts and things that I needed to buy for other people, so I was like, well, if I buy everything from Sephora, then I basically get this for $22. So an almost $100 palette for $22, that's a price I can live with. So what I'm going to do is go in with this kind of cream blush shade and start there. That's pretty. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to go in then with the Glow Extreme highlighter, which I think this one is really nice. So the thing to know about this palette is that you have to use it in steps. You have to understand that the formulas are different on purpose. And so this one is meant to be like the most like skin-like, just fresh lit from within kind of highlighter. This goes on top of it to make it like a little bit more blingy, like in your face. And then this one is for like if you want to stop people on the ISS and you want them to know you're wearing a highlighter, this is what you put on top. But this one is very glittery compared to the other ones. So this one, you know, you have to sort of use with caution. But I think that's part of where this did not get the best reviews for highlighters. I don't know. What about this Glow Intense one? I think I like that better. So this is actually using this glowy shade here. And I will say, like, please do not think that my explanation of this palette is somehow revolutionary. I watched probably 30 or 40 different videos reviewing this palette before I ultimately decided to buy it. And that was the one thing that I saw coming through on a lot of the reviews is if you don't quite know how to work each of the formulas, you may not be super satisfied with the product, especially if you think the formulas should all behave the same, because they don't. So that's that on that. Now for bronzer, I don't really have like a true like Valentine's Day bronzer because like, well, I have the old Too Faced Hearts bronzer blush duo that's in Ross and Rachel, but I don't think I've ever actually used it. I think I got it more as like a collector's thing. But I brought down this Ofra bronzer, which is the River bronzer from the Samantha March collab, and I know that she writes like some chick lit romancy kind of books, so I thought, you know what, that's romancy enough for me. So I think what I want to do for the lower lash line is I'm going to take this same shade here and kind of smoke that out along the whole lash line. I'll do this on the outside of the lash, and then I think I might pop a little bit of this at me on the inner portion of the lash. Do I want to do that? Or maybe I'll just put some more of that Hype Me Up, which is that pretty like silvery purple shade I've been using all this time. It's such a pretty color, oh my gosh. So I'm going to take that teeny tiny little brush. I think I am going to go with Hype Me Up. I'm going to go back into this and I'm going to grab that super blingy shade from over here, and I'm going to put that on my inner corner. Now I have brows, so I don't look insane. That's a plus. Or at least, now I have brows, so at least my brows are not what makes me look insane. Let's be accurate. Okay, so I brought down a whole bunch of like pinky purpley liners because I didn't know what I was going to want to put in the waterline. And I'm kind of thinking maybe this kind of grapey shade. This is an LA Colors Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in the shade Vivid. So I popped that into the waterline. I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to see it from as far away as you guys are, but I do think that it looks really nice. It adds just this little pop of purple there. It keeps it from looking very like pale and kind of like odd in comparison to sort of this dark, smoky, grapey kind of eyeshadow look. So that's that on that. And let's see what's next. Are we ready for lip product? No, the High Glass powder. High Glass powder is next. So I wasn't going to pick this up initially, and then Angelica Nyqvist talked about it and Butte Bean talked about it, and I was like, okay, I need it. And then, my god, are you going to destroy my whole damn manicure? I hate the tamper-proof packaging. I wish people would just like not touch makeup that isn't something they're going to buy. Like, that's so gross to me. Alright, and I'm going to go in with this Sephora brush here and just pop this all over. My one edge doesn't want to stick down, but we're going to move past it because I'm totes over it. Alright, I figured for a lipstick we should use something pink, so I went with Bliss from Sugar Pill, which I've actually never used before, so I thought we could give it a try. And it's definitely like a Barbie lips, kind of like pinky with some shimmer. By itself, I don't know how I feel about that, but together, I like it. And then I think I'll top it with the Sleek Shattered Glass Lip Topper, which I did just pick up recently. Just really monopolize on that metallic lip moment. That's what we're doing, I guess. Okay, so let's talk about this palette, okay? So the To Me Love Me NYX palette, number one, 18 shades in here. I do think you get a really nice color story. You've got some deeper shades over here. You've got some lighter shades over here. You've definitely got a lot of shades that could really make the colors kind of pop, or you could do something kind of softer and more subtle with some of these other shades here. These three shimmers I do think have more of like a gritty texture, although they are not a pressed glitter, but they do have kind of a grittier texture. But again, use a little bit of glitter glue and I think you're going to be okay. These other shimmers are definitely softer and I don't think you have that same issue. I do like the texture of all but these three, of course. So pretty nice quality palette. I do love that it folds up like a little letter. This, I feel like they could have just done a rubber band like Pat McGrath does and been done with it. Like, I don't need to sit there and like wrap this up every single time. I'm gonna find that kind of annoying. As far as the actual palette goes, I do think that it's a really, really nice palette and I think I'm gonna enjoy playing with this one a lot. So with that being said, definitely leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of this look. Tell me what you think of this palette. Are you thinking about picking this one up maybe now that we've talked about it a little bit? Possibly. Definitely let me know what your thoughts are. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to catch you in my next video. Bye.